Jenna, we had a guest on that I am so excited about because he was my second guest when I was doing this show alone, when the Blue Demon Room first came out. It's the men's basketball coach, Chris Holtmann, who is just really transformed the basketball program here at DePaul, and he's such a fun guest to have. And I think it's really cool. And like, I don't get like starstruck very often, but when you have a Big East basketball coach on your podcast and making time for you, I think it's so nice because the Big East Conference is like the basketball conference, right? So it feels a little bit bigger. And I love all of our coaches that we've had on, and I love all of the students we've had on and the alumni we have had on. But there's something about Big East basketball that kind of feels like more, don't you think?
There's something extra special, we'll say. It's like getting an extra side of sauce with your dessert. But to your point earlier about, just how much they've improved, Sonia, I want to make sure I'm quoting this correctly. Yes, DePaul is the most improved men's basketball in the country. Is that correct?
Yeah. That's what Ken Palm says.
Yeah.
So,
which I think speaks volumes not only of him and his character, but also of the young men he's getting who are buying into the program here.
He was at Butler, so he was in the Big East. Then he goes to Ohio State, and things don't really go that great at Ohio State in the end. Comes to DePaul and kind of rewrites his whole career and is transforming this program and kind of making DePaul basketball what they should be again. And that's really exciting. And I just think year one was growing pains. There was lessons. He's in year two. The team is competitive and there's a lot of newcomers that we talked to him about. And I can't wait for everyone to hear this episode because I just think he found his niche here at DePaul. And I think he likes it here. His family likes it here. His daughter loves it here.
Yeah. And so you know this about me. I'm a big believer in gratitude.
Sure.
You know, that's like how it's like the essence of who I am. Like I try to find one bit of gratitude every single day because I think when you find gratitude, it just like amplifies and more comes back to you. And in all of my years of interviewing people and talking to coaches, I have never, like I can say this with my full chest, I've never heard a coach talk about gratitude being a part of the core essence of who they are. And if you watch this podcast, you'll see I kind of have like a dumbfound look on my face because I've never heard a coach ever talk about it before. And yet it should be a part of everyone's, like you're grateful for the guys next to you when maybe you're not doing well because they, lift you up. You're grateful for the athletic trainers who like prep you to get ready for the game. You're grateful for the bus driver who takes you to and from each game. It's all of those little things that I think when you step out onto the court, like you already have that little extra boost of confidence and it makes you want to compete at a higher level because you're not just doing it for yourself, you're doing it for all of the people that have like accumulated that gratitude for you.
It's kind of that same feeling when you wake up early and you put on your makeup, your hair, you feel good about the day, right?
Yeah.
You just have a better day. Like you perform better at your job or at school. You just like the people around you are like, you feel like everyone's nicer. And I feel like when he starts with gratitude in that routine, he's kind of doing that with his student athletes as well.
I wouldn't be surprised if that becomes a thing now for more programs moving forward. Like, because it should be like, it should 100% be for everyone moving forward. Like I'll say it till I'm black and blue in the face. Like I started doing my gratitude practice during the pandemic when I lost my job. And I remember saying to myself, like, it's very easy to look through the lens of like, you don't have an income, you don't have a job. What is your purpose? And I was like, you cannot go down that road. And so I was like, one day, every day, you have to find like one small thing, like define what your gratitude is. And what was so interesting about that time in my life was like everything multiplied. And that's when like all the good started coming into my life. So I really think that all of the good is going to continue to come into this program.
He was a great guest, great guy, family man, as we said. I always like talking to him because he kind of said, I know you're marrying a coach. I know you're wedding planning. And so that's been a big part of like my life now. And I like talking to other coaches about like, so what does your wife do during the season? What kind of works for you guys? Not only from a professional level, but from a personal standpoint. Like we're people. Like I want to know what works for them and maybe try to apply that in my life, my marriage in the future. But I don't know. I just feel like he's super cool, relatable guy. And I think he was even more comfortable in the second episode of the second season than he was in the beginning because he's starting a new job. And, it was more about like the vision. And at first it was just Dwayne Peavy's vision and his vision aligning. and he kind of gets to be more of himself in this episode.
He seemed really relaxed,
Yeah.
which was really comforting. I think it was the bedazzled ball that we had, by the
Yes.
way.
Yeah.
There's a beautiful
see
bedazzled
that.
DePaul basketball, so even more reason to watch the episode if you are listening to it. But no, there was a comfort to him. And I think, that, it's just you get into the rhythm. You want to make sure you're good here. And also when things are going well, you're going to be more relaxed too.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and again, I love how we kind of got to celebrate his birthday early. 'Cause
Yeah.
He celebrated a birthday, so happy belated, Coach.
Yeah.
Excited for everyone to hear this episode. Do you have any more thoughts on Coach Holt before we let people listen?
As always, you should make sure you are watching the preview video for this because Coach, as I am, you know this about me, Coach is a Swiftie because his daughter's a Swiftie. And he was so kind and willing to make a really fun video with us, Taylor Swift inspired.
Yeah.
So make sure that
He's a good sport.
He was a great sport about it.
did the TikToks.
He did it. And I know sometimes you're always like, will you do it, please? But he was great. And I hope everyone loves the episode as much as we do.
Yes. So stay tuned. Chris Holtmann on the DePaul Blue Demon Room podcast. You're going to love it. Welcome in, everyone, to the Blue Demon Room podcast. I am one of your hosts, Casey Standahar, joined by my co-host, Jenna Duddleston. And we have a very good episode today, a special episode. I've got deja vu. We have the head men's basketball coach, Chris Holtmann, with us, who was one of our repeating guests, one of our first guests in season 1. Coach, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, it's great to be with you. Casey, last time we did this, you were flying solo.
Yes.
Now you've got a co-host, right?
Yes.
So it's
Yes.
great to be with both of you guys.
Yeah, we're playing a little
Thank you.
2-on-1. You're outnumbered
Yeah.
here today,
Yeah.
but that's okay. And it's going to be like the Five Timers Club for you on SNL eventually. You're going to be like our returning guest. You
I
just
hope
keep
so.
coming back.
I hope so. That means you're a good guest, right?
Yes, that's right.
SNL doesn't invite bad hosts back.
You're like basically Steve Martin.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
Well, Jenna, I want to give you an opportunity to talk more with Coach, introduce yourself,
Yeah.
because we talked, before the show started, but you're a DePaul alum.
I am, but I'll say this. I just saw a TikTok video with Maya Rudolph. She was on a podcast and she said her favorite SNL guests were always athletes. So maybe we can get Coach on SNL. I mean, I'm just saying, I
have an
think
NBC connection.
I
We
think
can
you
try.
should make that happen. Okay.
Yeah. It's just a small little goal. Just
Yeah.
to get
I
Coach
think
Holtmann
I don't.
on
I don't think it's
SNL.
too small. I think it's very doable and
Yeah.
manageable.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I've known Casey now for a few years. Casey asked me to join the show. It's kind of a no-brainer. DePaul alumni, retired athlete. With some, bruises and bandages, but who hasn't had those along the way? But
Did you go to the DePaul basketball games while you were a student here?
yeah, I did. Well, I think at the time they were building Wintrust, so
Okay.
Wintrust wasn't done yet, and they were out at All-State. So I will not lie, getting out to All-State. It's not the getting out to the All-State; it's the leaving the All-State is the worst.
Yeah.
But I'm happy we're not there
Right.
anymore.
So am I.
I'm very happy we are not there anymore. No, but I'm.
I brought a team there one time
Oh,
to Allstate, my Gardner Webb team.
That's right.
Yeah, my first head coaching job. Brought a team to Allstate. So, yeah, that's a haul out there for sure.
it's not only a haul, but and maybe this is me sounding crazy and getting slightly off topic, but the getting out of that arena is like herding cattle. From
Yeah.
a fan perspective, I if there's an artist I like, or I'm I won't go because I get so anxious.
lot.
It's a lot for me. But anyways, I digress. Let's
Yeah.
go ahead and get into this.
Well, I've got 2 Taylor Swift fans, Jenna and
Yes.
Coach Holtmann. Coach, we know you and Nora were having father-daughter time on your Instagram at the Bulls game. You were spending time with her before things
Yeah.
get crazy, as you said. And I'm familiar with what that feels like, marrying a coach. But in your perspective, what does the craziness start to look like for you?
Yeah. By the way, congratulations
Thank
on
you.
being engaged.
Appreciate it. Thank you so
that's
much. We're
exciting.
excited.
I was remarking how many times you've worn your ring here. And that's beautiful. So congratulations on that. You are marrying a coach. It's a very different life for families. Very unique. A lot of rewards to it. I think my daughter would tell you that she wouldn't have it any other way. She always. She loves being around a team. She loves being around our DePaul players. She loves supporting them. She loves coming to games. She loves traveling. And I think most coaching families would attest to that. There's a lot of ups and downs that goes into it. You miss some family opportunities that you would otherwise not miss. But it's such a rewarding life. And yeah, we've had some time to spend together here as the season's about to ramp up. We went to my agent got us great tickets to the Bulls game, so we went there and enjoyed that.
You saw a W. They're 4-0 now.
Saw a W. They're playing really well.
Yeah.
Bulls are playing really well. Coach Donovan and that group, they play fun. If you haven't had a chance to watch them, it's a really fun, engaging style of play, and so loved watching the Bulls. Billy's son has come here and watched a couple practices, so it's much continued success with them. But yeah, we've had a great time, and then she's done her teenage thing too. Like she went to a Tate McRae con. I don't even know who Tate McRae is. I didn't know
Popular
before.
artist.
She's the new like Britney Spears of this generation.
Okay.
Yeah, I gathered that. So that was interesting. But she went to that with her friends, which was great. So she's doing teenage stuff, but she's also having some dad time too.
I love that.
That's awesome.
She'll always be your little girl.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Has your daughter ever said anything to you about like, because obviously it's not a normal upbringing for her in any ways, but it's normal to her now. But
Right.
has she said anything to you about like the value that she's gained from seeing you, not only be her dad, but also like be a father figure and a coach to all of the guys that you're working with on a day in and day out?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think she's really enjoyed that aspect of, and it's different now. You don't have a chance to coach players as many years as you used to. I think we all kind of miss those days to a certain degree, but she has enjoyed seeing players grow and mature and become better players and grow as humans. And I think she's seen and heard stories from me. Whether I'm really excited about a player's growth and development, or I could be frustrated with the player. After practice, she's heard some of those conversations too. But we love our players. She loves our players. And like I said, she, even before I came here and took the job, she kind of made it known that she would like me to continue, coaching. Because at one time I had thought about maybe taking a year or two off. And she was so adamant about, she just loves the coaching life and loves all that comes with it. And there is a lot that comes with it that's good, and then there's some challenges too. But yeah, she's enjoyed that.
Nice. So when you're in season, how are you balancing, personal life and coaching life? Or is it kind of like one wins over the other?
Well, yeah, you really try to do a great job of balancing it. I don't know if coaches can have a balanced life. I think that idea is good in theory, but it's not reality, particularly in season. I think for college basketball coaches, there are pockets where you can really take advantage of quality time with your family. Like when the Cubs start ramping up in season, that's usually a little bit of a slower time for us. So we went to some Cubs games this year and enjoyed kind of Chicago in summer and late summer. But yeah, there is no such thing as a balanced life. For me, what I've tried to do as I've gotten older in my coaching career is have like a really regimented days, and in particular, aligning my mornings that give me the best chance to be both the best coach and best husband I can be and dad I can be. So that's get to bed early, wake up early, work out early, have a regular fitness routine, do some type of reading, and then prepare for a really busy day, and then kind of do the same routine.
Yeah.
That's given me the best chance to be my best.
That requires so much discipline, right? You can't just like stay up late and watch a show you want to watch,
Right.
or just go crazy. Like you really have to maintain that routine and stick to it.
You do. Yeah, you do. The days of like, and you guys are young, but the days of like going out on a Thursday or Friday night and having a few drinks and
Coach, that
staying
sounds
out.
terrible to me now.
Okay, yeah, good. It'll sound worse and worse as
Yeah.
you get older. Yeah,
Can't
it'll
happen.
sound worse and worse. But those days are over. Just because I need, I need my rest, and then my mornings are, almost sacred. They're really
Yeah.
important to me to be able to have a really productive day. So,
As we head into this new season, you recruited 11 new guys to the roster this year. How do you sort of make them feel at home, get them ramped up for what DePaul basketball is?
well, it's unique because we had, Casey, when you look at it, we had as much continuity as anybody in the league next to UConn, more continuity in our roster. We had 5 returning players, 4 scholarship players, 1 walk-on, 3 starters returning, and next to UConn, that was as much continuity, more continuity than anybody else in the league. But it seems crazy because you're also bringing in 11 new players, 10 new players, 9 new players every year. It's just how college sports are right now, and particularly college football and men's and women's basketball. It's a lot of player turnover. But we do have consistency in our roster. At the same time, we brought in a lot of transfers. And we tried to do fun things. We did try to do fun things throughout the summer. We got up at 5:15 in the morning. I told our players the day before the last day of conditioning, I said, we're going to meet at 5:15 a.m. And
Still
they
waiting for the
stopped
fun
me.
part. We're still waiting to hear the
I
fun
was
part.
biting my tongue.
Sounds very early.
It is. It was very early. It sounded early to them, too, at the
Yeah.
time. They kept asking, Coach, you mean PM, right? Because, we had afternoon meetings usually. No, AM, 5:15 a.m., okay? You sure, Coach? Yeah, I'm sure. I've got it here, guys. And we got, it was really dark. We got on bikes and biked to Lake Michigan to see the sunrise
That's
at around
pretty.
5:57, 5:58. It was the last day of conditioning. So to see a couple of our 7-footers on bikes was fun as a coach. To be weaving, through Chicago traffic
Yeah.
at that hour, which was pretty light. And then, of course, once they got to the lake and they saw the sunrise, they were all like, just, getting their phones out.
Yeah.
And, they really enjoyed that moment. Then we had breakfast together. So
That's nice.
yeah, we had some fun moments together, and that's part of what bringing a whole group together.
Sure. Were you ever a new guy on a team? I mean, we know you came in as a brand new coach, right? Taking
Yeah.
over this program, but do you know that feeling from a
Oh,
player
yeah.
standpoint?
I do. It's it's a unique feeling. Back in the day when guys didn't transfer, I transferred. After 2 years at one school, I transferred to another school. So yeah, it's that first day of school, those anxious moments,
Yeah.
That anxiety that comes with it. And you got to understand that as a coach and put yourself in those shoes where those guys, we still have guys. We have some international guys that didn't get here till the fall, and you can tell they still don't feel totally comfortable.
Sure.
Which it's going to take some time.
And you had that adjustment too.
Yeah, I was
On the
going to say
volleyball
that new, it's so weird from a player's perspective because you don't want to admit that you're the new guy because you're like, no, I just need to like jump in and get going and like the train's already moving, right? Like, so I don't want to be like still
it-
at the
yeah.
station running to get on.
Yeah.
And in the same breath, you're like, for some, I'm in a new place. You're adjusting to classes. Some could be like adjusting to time zones. Like there's so many little things that you don't realize that add up to be like really big
Yeah.
things that, and also like I wasn't really great at being like, hey, I'm not doing well right now, coach. Because I was like, I'm fine. I'm the oldest daughter. So, everything's
Right.
fine.
Yeah.
But no, I'm curious, like, because obviously this team right now is kind of in a new blending almost in a way. How are you taking the culture that you guys had from last year, but also adding to obviously this change that you're having this year?
Well, I think as I've said to other people, I think that has to be defined throughout the off season, then throughout the season on a day-to-day basis. I really, your culture is your beliefs and how you operate on a day-to-day basis. And for us, we've kind of identified certain values that we think are really important to us as a program. We call them our core values and our floor values, and they're basically 4 separate things that we talk about. Core values like gratitude and toughness, joy, and having a team selfless approach are all things that we really talk to our players about in terms of operating, having a level of respect and how they go about things, both with their teammates, their professors, their people they see on campus. And then our floor values, how we want to play, what we really preach to them that we want to do. We want to win the effort battles. We talk about dominating effort plays. We want to play with an edge. We want there to be a competitiveness with how we play. We want to be a team-first group, be a great teammate. And then in the midst of adversity and challenges, we want to be a group that we talk about don't flinch. So we kind of have our core values and our floor values, and we have a group that I think that our best groups have really bought into that on a day-to-day basis.
I was just gonna say, I've never heard of a team having the value of gratitude, which I don't understand. Like you saying that, I'm like, of course that should be a
Right.
Like it's once you have gratitude, like it's just like more comes your way. But like, I really think you're the first coach I've ever heard say out loud that that's like part of like what makes you guys you. I don't know. I just had to say that. That's all. Because I've shockingly have never heard any coach say that before.
It's important. I learned it when I was at Butler, really, in the Big East, my first go around in the Big East, and the way they described it basically is gratitude being, you're grateful for all that comes your way, both good and bad. Good because the blessings that come with that. Some of the challenges in the season because it allows you, if you use it in the right way, to get better and grow from it right now. So there's an attitude of gratitude where you're saying, hey, whatever comes our way, we're grateful for it, and we're going to operate with the mindset we're going to use it in a way to improve and grow.
That's awesome. I love that. You talk about the challenges and adversity. When you came here, there was a lot to fix. And since you arrived, it's been said that DePaul basketball is the most improved team in the country. When you hear that, how does that make you feel?
Great, and it's a byproduct of our guys. Now, when I hear that, it's some of it's the way some of these statistical measures from the year before we got here to last year. There's a Ken Pomeroy is a analytics guy that measures all 360 plus Division I programs. And the year before, we got here, they were in the 300s, and last year we were, I think, 118, 119. So it was the biggest jump in the country. But obviously, it was a big jump to make, right? When from the year prior. Our challenge now moving forward, Casey, is to be able to continue to take step forwards, knowing the gaps, right, not as extreme. I'm not sure we really want to be the most improved team again. We want to take steps forward and grow as a program and grow in our overall competitiveness. And there were a lot of games last year that we were competitive in, but there were certainly a number in the Big East that got away from us, if we're being honest. And games that we just were double figure losses. So we want to be able to shrink that gap and obviously win those games that we have a chance to win. But we've set in front of our guys some statistical measures that I think if we grow in those, we'll give ourselves a chance to shrink that gap.
So do you feel like last year met your expectations? Or, I mean, obviously you want to grow, obviously you want to take strides, but is it what you expected?
It was in a lot of ways. We were able to establish a style of play that was fun, engaging for our fans. We had a huge jump in attendance, which was great. We had some statistical measures that were good. You mentioned the improvement. And I think the overall feeling around the program of being a competitive, for a couple years there and for various seasons throughout the last couple decades, people have looked at DePaul men's basketball as kind of an easy win, and our job is to change that narrative and to change how that is viewed and how we are viewed. And I think we took a step in that direction last year, but we've got a lot of room to grow in that area. And I think that's what's in front of us is continuing to, like I said, be a group that can just take that next step as a program. I felt very good about a lot of things with last year, particularly how we finished the season and the way in which our guys played down the stretch when we were really banged up and had a lot of injuries. I felt very good about that.
Yeah, you grow a lot in those moments for sure.
Coach, was there a moment from last season where it felt like the moment where you're like, okay, this is it. There's that momentum of it's finally clicking into everyone. Is there that moment that you kind of go back to at all?
Yeah, I think probably the the road win at Providence late in the year because we were down 15-16 in the first half in that particular game, and we were able to climb back in the second half and win. And then that carried momentum. We won our next game, which was Senior Day versus Georgetown here.
That's right. That was a fun
which
stretch
was
there at the
great,
end.
a great environment. And then we won Senior Day, or excuse me, we beat Georgetown in the first round of the Big East tournament, and then played Creighton really well. I think that stretch in general, but really that road win at Providence.
Beautiful. And then, Coach, I'm just curious to know, how do you think you have grown as a person with, kind of the adversity that you've had to overcome since you've been here?
Yeah, I think, you just, it's been such a journey, this coaching life that we've been on that you're about to jump on board with here. Good luck, Casey. You'll love it.
Why did I sign up for this?
Yes, you'll
No,
love
it's
it.
good.
You'll love it.
I enjoy watching his games. I do.
Yeah, you'll be a lot of it you love. But this coaching journey's been, I never would have envisioned, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, that I would be living in Chicago, and and we've just felt really good about it as a family now that we've put kind of roots down here 18 months later. So I think what we've learned is we're I tell my daughter all the time, Holtmans are tough. We have a approach that we believe in, having a resilient approach to life and all that comes with you. And I think that the thing that I'm most excited about is there's great alignment for me with Dwayne Peavy here, with Rob Manuel, president, and our board of trustees, I think, believes that that this place can continue to grow and men's basketball can be a part of this. I think it's a very exciting time to be a DePaul fan. It's not to say there won't be ups and downs. There'll be challenges. There's challenges in college athletics. There's challenges in higher education right now. But I feel really good about our administration, and there's a lot of excitement. We wake up as a coaching staff. I wake up every morning, and I'm so committed, so energized by the idea of elevating DePaul. And that's kind of our mission. How do we elevate this DePaul brand? How do we elevate DePaul basketball? And that's kind of what gets me up in the morning.
Yeah, I love that. You've been doing it already. You said last year, this is a hard question, our last question too, that you think the Bears have their franchise QB.
I do.
Do you still stand by that take?
I do.
Okay.
I do. I believe. I am really a big believer in Caleb, and I love what this coaching staff has done. When you watch how that team plays, how they're in the locker room, how they also respond to adversity. Yeah, I'm a believer in Caleb. I think one of the things that we can do as fan bases, one of the things we can do as older, I consider myself an older person, is you forget young people are young people, and he's a young quarterback.
Yeah.
And I've seen. I think a lot of them. I'm a big believer in him, and I'm a big believer in what the Bears can be in the coming years.
Yeah. Gives Jenna a heart attack every single weekend.
Oh my God.
Yeah. They're like DePaul basketball. They can make it exciting. So
keep it interesting.
yeah, for sure. But they've been a lot of fun to watch.
I love it. Coach, well, we just love having you on the show again for the second time. We're looking forward to getting you the jacket when you can get to 5 times.
Okay,
We're
good.
really
All in on that.
Yeah, but good luck this season. And we're going to
thank
be
you,
watching,
guys.
following along, and hopefully have some more of your guys on as well.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Thanks, guys. Appreciate
you.
what you do.
Of
Thank you.
course. All right, she's Jenna Duddleson. He's Chris Holtmann. I'm Casey Standahar. We will see you next time on the Blue Demon Room podcast.